All right, we're coming off a great weekend down at St. Thomas. A split, we won an overtime 5-4 Friday night, and then just a hard game on Saturday against a team we knew was going to be really hungry, and it was a pretty good, just a good series. And this weekend we're at the youth rink versus St. Olaf, and it's going to be exciting to play in the small venue and have Mike Eves in town, which is a legendary coach. Hopefully, all of you guys will come out and watch and continue to assist us on our playoff push. Thank you.
All right, so last weekend we split with St. Thomas. Didn't play very good on Friday night. Lost 1-0. Couldn't really ever get anything going. But Saturday ended up getting a 5-4 win and kind of seemed to get everything going again in our direction. Played to our pace and our tempo and had a nice win there to kind of keep us in the hunt for this thing. This coming week we play St. Olaf, who is currently in 6th place and is battling for that 5th playoff spot, and is coming off of a tie and a win against Bethel. So, a team that's playing probably pretty good right now, so it's going to be another really good test for us. And, there are 4 points that we have to get if we want to try to realize our goal of winning this thing. So hopefully we can continue to play the way we played on Saturday coming up here. And, the girls, I know, are working hard and having a good time and enjoying each other, and it's going to be fun to see if we can continue on here.
This weekend we went to the Bison Open at NDSU, competed against some great competition. The highlight of the weekend was definitely David Supinski taking down 2 school records, one on Friday, one on Saturday. On Friday night, the 600 in 121. That's a cooking time, and then back the 400 the next day where he told me he was going to break it. He felt good. In 49.56, he's ranked 8th in the country as of this weekend. Other highlights, Eli Beachy, his unofficial PR at 14.11, even though he's been 15.1 earlier in the season. And Matthew Bai knocks off his brother John down the list 1 more spot, number 4 Cobber all time. This week we're headed to St. John's to see some Maya competition. Who knows, maybe we'll see a 4th straight week of a school record. Either Matthew Lilhaugen, David Supinski, Eli Beachy, among others, could break it this week.
This past weekend we were at the Bison Open at NDSU across the river. Great chance to run against some outstanding competitors from Division I, Division II, NEI. So it was a good meet. Certainly the highlight was Emma Peterson in the high jump. She broke the school record by jumping 1.7 meters, which is 5 feet 7 inches. And if you've never had a chance to see Emma high jump before, that's a treat. It's fun. She's extremely explosive. In fact, if you ever have a chance just to see her do a plyometric or weightlifting workout, it's amazing. This girl, pound for pound, has got to be the strongest girl we've probably ever had come through our track program, at least in the 20 years I've been here. The only other thing I'd like to mention is that we had one of our distance runners, Nikki Crane, break an ankle, so she's out for the season. She's a senior. And so I'd kind of like to give a shout out to her because it just kind of shows you how tough it is out there for the runners on the ice. And then this weekend we're back in action, St. John's University. So we get to go down and have our first look at some MIAC opponents. It should be another good opportunity for our team. We're only a couple weeks away from the MIAC indoors, so getting exciting.
This past week we had a solid week with 2 wins and 1 loss. We got beat by a hot St. John's team that came into our barn and got us. But we regrouped and had a big win over Augsburg on Wednesday, and then Saturday down at McAllister we had an 85-72 win over the Max, and that was a big game on the road to win for us. Now we got a lot of exciting things happening. We have a bye on Wednesday, but then we have 4 big games coming up that will determine our fate as far as the playoffs are concerned. We have Hamlin here on Saturday night, which will be our Saturday at 3, which will be a big ball game. And then we're at Carleton on Monday and at Bethel on Wednesday for 2 big road tests, and finish up the year, regular season, on Friday the 18th against St. Thomas. So a lot of big ball games coming up. Should be a lot of fun.
Well, coming off a good week of basketball a couple weeks ago, going up against Gustavus, who was undefeated in the conference. We played tough against them, took them down to the wire, and had to do a little bit of regrouping, but played well there. Came back on Saturday and got the win here, so it was a great week there. And then this past week we played Augsburg, who came into our place and played us tough and took us down to the wire. And so after that game, we had to do a little bit of regrouping and coming back. We played McAllister on Saturday. Played great there. Had to battle against a gritty team down there, but the kids found a way to win that game. So it was a great way to finish out the week. Coming into this week, we have a road game and a home game. Going down to St. Kate's, playing a team that's been playing really good basketball lately, so we're going to have to go in there and play tough. But then looking at the weekend game coming on Saturday, it's against Hamlin, our breast cancer awareness game. So should be a good week of basketball for us, and hoping that we bring our best.
This past weekend, the Cobber swimmers competed at the Minnesota Challenge. Our goal going in was to try to improve our seed times for our relays and to see if we could have some good swims in the pool where MIAX will be hosted. We succeeded. We had some season best times and improved our relay seed times. Coming up the next 10 days, we have our taper, which is the reduction in the yardage we do. So we go into MIAC rested. MIAC starts February 16th.
This past week we went to St. John's, had a good duel against the Johnnies and wrestled really well, and then we traveled to Eau Claire, Wisconsin for the Don Parker Open. We brought 17 guys with. Had a pretty decent tourney with any open, some ups and downs, but Jake Johnson was a finalist, and then we had 4 other guys place in the top 6, so that was good. And then this week we'll travel to St. Olaf, wrestle in Northfield. We got 2 duels left, one this week, one next week, and hopefully start to peak here for the regional tournament, which will be at home on February 25th.
This past week in tennis was our first MIAC opener for the women. We had our first match against St. Benedict's, and that was a doubleheader in Bemidji. I played Bemidji State first, and then the girls went up against St. Ben's right after that, so it was a tough day for them. So far I've seen a very competitive season for the girls. It's a rebuilding year. We lost 2 seniors. We got 2 freshmen, a sophomore who's new to the team. So completely reloaded our lineup, and you know, right now the results don't show really the effort that these girls are putting in. We only got 6 girls, and they're coming out and putting a maximum effort in every single time they come on the court, regardless of what the scoreboard is. And we're already at this point, we have the same amount of wins as far as matches won as we did last year, so that's a real plus. And looking forward to our match again this week against Bethel for the women. As far as the men goes, the men are totally reloaded our lineup this year. We have 5 freshmen and 3 local guys, 1 guy from Bismarck, and also a couple guys from Minnesota. And so really excited about what they've done so far. They've brought a level of intensity, a level of commitment that seems like it's really impacted some of the returners and got them pumped up for the season. And you know, they've had 2 great non-conference matches, one against St. Scholastica, first of the season. Then we lost to Augustana this past weekend. Same result as last year, but the matches were much closer. So close to getting 2 doubles wins and going into singles with a 2-1 lead. Barely lost 9-7 in our number 1 doubles match. And so looking great so far in our non-conference play. Sets us up beautifully for our conference play. We go to play Bethel this Saturday, and that's against you know, one of the teams that we've lost to in the last several years. And so yeah, we're looking for a hot start to the season for conference play, and I'm very proud of our guys, and I think that we're gonna compete well, and hopefully I don't think it's being too optimistic to say that we will be able to make the MIAC playoffs this year. So that's our goal, and I think we can do it. So, roll Cobs.